Call the meeting to order. First thing I wanted to say is that item number 7 is pulled from the agenda tonight. So if anybody that's here for that item, we're not going to be considering that. Looks like maybe everybody that knew that, knew about that, already is aware, huh? All right, take a look at the item 2 on the agenda, meeting minutes. Everybody have a chance to take a look at them?
Yes, and I will move to approve them as presented.
Okay, minutes are
Second.
moved. Second. Discussion, any additions, deletions, anything? No? Okay, hearing none, all is in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Discussion and action on certified survey map, 2 commercial lots, Exchange Drive, extraterritorial subdivision review. Tim Knopf.
Just as a reminder, the City of Hudson does have extraterritorial review by Wisconsin statute. We're permitted to review any subdivision proposed within 1.5 miles of the City of Hudson. This particular 2-lot commercial subdivisions out in the exit 4, northeast quadrant exit 4 on Exchange Drive. Currently there's a facility with a series of buildings, and what they're proposing is to subdivide one of the lots, be 15.3 acres, and the second lot 3.5 acres. Very straightforward. Both lots abut public street, have access to Exchange Drive. Very straightforward certified survey map or minor subdivision. Recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, all is in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved. Agenda item 4, continuation of a conditional use permit for the use of 426 Oak Street for youth respite activities, supportive home services, mentoring services, and small instructional classes. Denny?
This is, again, a conditional use permit was approved by the City of Hudson approximately a year ago. One of the conditions of the approval was a 1-year review after the occupancy permit was fulfilled. There were several conditions of approval. We have not received any complaints or concerns expressed to us in regards to the facility at 426 2nd Street. Jennifer Nilsson is here tonight. If you have any questions of her, I am recommending approval of the continuation. One issue that's a little bit different than a year ago is that we approved the conditional use permit for a maximum of 8 persons at the facility. Jennifer has asked that the Planning Commission would consider allowing up to 12 persons with the maximum number of clients being 8. So you can have a combination of up to 8 clients and then 4 supervisors at the site, so the ratio would be approximately 2 to 1. And the reason I ask for that is so you don't get more clients. I mean, they really don't conduct their business that way, but that's really what we want to be careful about. So the conditions would be no more than 8 or possibly 12 people, including clients and staff, can be at the facility at 426 Oak Street at one time, possibly increase to 12 if the Planning Commission would want to consider that. Hours of operation are limited to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No signage shall be permitted other than required address signage. No overnight respite care may be conducted until a proposal is submitted to the City of Hudson for approval. Any required state or Wisconsin licenses that may be required must be provided to the City of Hudson for inclusion in the permit file. The permit is not transferable without the approval of the City of Hudson. And if one additional condition may be is where you want to set another review date in the future. Ms. Nilsson's here tonight. Jennifer, do you want to make some comments or?
Sure. I want to say thank you, first of all. Another reason why I asked for an increase is with summertime and the beautiful gardens in the backyard. Like if we end up having a small class for gardening or whatnot with the kids, and I would allow up to 4 kids. And if there's 1 staff, but maybe 3 other staff in the house, it's hard to stay within that 8. So that was another reason, especially over the summer months, so.
May I ask a question on that?
Absolutely.
It was for clarification of what Denny said. You said up to 12, but your client's number count wouldn't change, correct? In other words, it'd be no more than 8,
No.
but the staff could go from up to 4 there, or whatever it is, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over the number 12, but I would never go over the number of 8 clients at a time.
That's the clarification I wanted.
Yeah, we don't do big groups. It's all one-on-one, except for these possible summer classes.
Thank
So
you.
there, just a matter of clarification, Jennifer, there's never a time that a client of yours is there by themselves.
No.
There's always a supervisor or caretaker there with them, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Pat?
Move we approve with the conditions that Denny had, and that we have a review in 3 years.
Okay.
No, the number of clients,
12.
12, okay.
Total of 12 people, that 8 clients and 4 staff.
Yep.
And I will second that with the stipulations as presented, to say it a different way, with the change of item 1 to do it up to 12.
Okay. Motion is to approve agenda item 4 with those stipulations. Discussion. Mary Claire?
I'd be interested in making a friendly amendment to that motion to review it in 2 years.
Why?
Because I think I think it sounds like it's going a great program. I know there were a number of concerns when we discussed it the first time, and it's great that we haven't gotten any complaints, but that's just a friendly amendment that you can accept or not.
Sure. I don't have a problem with it.
And nor do I. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
formality, so we can amend
Well,
our,
I mean,
or do we have to make another?
yes and
motion?
no, I mean, it's, if Jennifer continues on the way she has the last year, she has absolutely no concerns
Yeah.
coming before this board and presenting, asking for a continuation. If, and I noted in my review, if ever we receive complaints, if ever we think there's a situation that's changed, the City of Hudson has the right to set a public hearing and go before and bring this matter before the Common Council and hold a public hearing, and then the council could decide whether the permit should be discontinued or not. I have all the confidence in the world that Jennifer and her staff will continue to do a good job. In 2 years, we'll see her here and hopefully continue the certificate, so.
I'll withdraw my friendly amendment.
Okay, so
as
it's
well.
it's back to 3.
Back to 3.
Back to 3, yeah. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion is approved. Thank you. We're on to item number 5. Preliminary and final plat, Heritage Greens Tribute Corner, 6 one-family lots, Heritage Greens Planned Residential Development, Creative Homes Construction Investments.
Creative Homes Construction Investments is proposing to change an area near the southwestern quadrant of the Heritage Greens Planned Residential Development. The surrounding land uses to the west is the single-family homes in Red Cedar Canyon. To the north, single-family homes in Heritage Greens. To the northeast, there's basically 2-family homes. To the east is the Tribute Commons home, 15-unit home for persons with disabilities. So in 2008, there was extended discussion about modifying some of the multiple family, the commercial area. And there was quite a bit of contentious discussion at that time. And part of what moved the overall approval ahead was that Common Council Plan Commission approved moving this area from multiple family to single family and allowing up to 4 lots. So they're conforming with that provision. The only difference in this is this lot was up to 4 to 6 multiple family. Now they're proposing 2 2 single-family lots, so the density is moving from 6 to 2. Again, single-family here, 2-family, single-family. I think it blends in well to the neighborhood and recommend approval.
Discussion? Motion?
I'll move to approve on the single, there are 6 one-family residential lots, Heritage Greens Plan Residential Development.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion and second to approve item 5. Any further discussion? Anybody? No? Hearing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6, agenda item, petition for annexation, 18 acres, southeast quadrant of South 35 and Hanley Road, Northern States Power.
About 14 months ago, the Plan Commission reviewed a similar annexation for this 18-acre parcel. This is located at the southeast quadrant of State Trunk Highway 35 and Hanley Road. The actual parcel is 21 acres, 3 acres on the west side is already within the city of Hudson, and the 18 acres is being petitioned for annexation by Northern States Power is the eastern part of it. Access would be limited to Old Highway 35 or through the St. Croix Business Park East, which would be on the south property line of this area. I'm recommending approval with similar conditions as were recommended for approval in 2014. And the reason the previous review, the Planning Commission reviewed it, but by the time it got to the Common Council, the party that was desiring to purchase the property from the bank backed out of the deal, and the conversation from the bank and I, basically we decided at that point just to hold it. And now Northern States Power has purchased the property. They are the property owner. So I'm recommending approval of the annexation with 4 conditions similar to what we made in 2014. Payment of trunk impact fees for sanitary sewer and water for a total of 21 acres. 3 acres exist in the city. Again, impact fees are payable at the building permit. Reimbursement of water and sanitary sewer costs. This St. Croix Business Park invested $120,000 to extend sewer and water along the west side of this parcel. And throughout discussions, we have, both with Central Bank and with Northern States Power, it's always been my position at this time of annexation, we want to barter for the business park to get those that cost paid. We have previously talked to the St. Croix Business Park Corporation. They had set some terms, and that would be entered into the annexation agreement that we would have with Northern States Power if the property is annexed. Property or payment of 5 years of the town of Troy's share of the property taxes. This again is required by state statute. So we estimate that the town's share of the property taxes would be about $500 a year. So total over a 5-year period would be $2,500. We require as a condition of annexation that the developer or property owner pay for that, and the city of Hudson does not pay for it. So, and the last is property owner will be responsible for roadway improvements to and from Old Highway 35. This section of roadway is in the jurisdiction of the town of Troy, and I visited with XL Energy or Northern States Power in regards to that. So so the street is under their jurisdiction, not our jurisdiction. When the business park came in, business park had to go to the town of Troy to get access to that roadway. Brian Elway and Tim Mussaf are here tonight representing Northern State Power. If you have any questions of them, they're here to answer any questions that you may have.
Questions? Anything?
I want to make one comment. I want to say XL Energy, I think, has been very good for the city of Hudson. They've contributed in many ways to the quality of life in this town over the years. I mean, you can just read the paper, you see what they're doing, and I think we want them in the city of Hudson. So I am all for this annexation to keep these people in our city of Hudson. And I just felt that should be said, so,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
second it.
Well, that wasn't.
That wasn't a motion.
Motion.
You,
Then I'll make a motion that we proceed as Denny to do what Denny, or what we're trying to do here with the conditions that Denny has stipulated for the potential annexation of this property for the city of Hudson. Did I
Okay.
word that properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
second?
So are you seconding that?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Further discussion? Anybody?
Nope.
No? Hearing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Item 7 is pulled from the agenda, as we said earlier, and number 8. Denny?
Well, number 8, this May, we have 5 Mondays, and typically we move the second meeting in a month with 5 Mondays back to the, so we have a 10-day period between the Plan Commission meeting and the Common Council meeting. However, the May 26th is the Thursday prior to Memorial Weekend. I believe that at least 2 members are highly likely to be gone that evening. We can move, if we can keep the meeting on the 26th, or we can move it to the 19th, or move it to Tuesday the 24th. As of today, I only have one issue that the Planning Commission would need to review, and that's a amendment to the conditional use permit for the plan, or for the Heritage Greens planned residential development. And the only to get the public hearing dates to hold it this month would be on Tuesday the 24th or Thursday the 26th, or we just carry it over into June.
Denny, could we do a quick morning meeting? If
Well,
it's- if-
anytime you have a public hearing, Fred,
Okay.
due to the
Okay.
fact that you want to try to offer an opportunity for the general
No, I
public to
get it.
attend, that the evening meeting is important.
Okay, had to ask.
Nice try.
Will the 19th be earlier?
I cannot meet the public hearing notices if it's on the 19th. Well, you can move it to June, I just, I mean, I just want to make sure that, we don't set a public hearing up, then all of a sudden we're canceling it, and so if we're going to set it for the 26th, then I want to have some confidence that we have at least 5 members that are able to attend.
I cannot make it.
I will be gone.
I'll be around.
I can make it.
I'll be here.
You want to keep the 26th then? Is that okay? All right. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, motion second to adjourn. Discussion? None? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned. Thanks.